Alrighty then, it's Wednesday the 28th of December, and what a cracking week we had as Red, and boy does it feel to be good to be Red. We had 2 games this week to review, and the overall feeling is amazing. What do you think? Let me know in your comments below. We're here to review 10 things Ten Hag, what we learned at Manchester United this week. So without any further ado, just let's dive into the negatives straight away. And for me, number 1 is the mess of the transfer market so far. I mean, guys, we've seen a curveball that hit all of us after the Christmas. It's the same saying that you say you snooze, you lose. We got snubbed over Liverpool over the signing of Cody Gakpo, a person that Erik ten Hag wanted ever since the summer, was transferring, negotiating, and you know, it's a saying that, you know, it went over the Christmas period only to get swooped in by Jurgen Klopp's men to say, well, how much do you want? In a fairness, if you crack a joke about it, it's like John Murta walked into the bar, saw this girl, he started to buy drinks and chatted up. She turns out to be a prostitute that wanted some money, so John started to sort of negotiate, and they finally reached agreement. John goes to the toilet after whining and dining this particular person for hours. In walks Klopp, sees the same woman, asks how much, puts the money on the table, walks out with the girl. I'm sorry, it's a poor analogies, but what we are trying to say is that we are sucking at negotiations. We are taking way too much time on the transfer market, and we dilly-dally too much. So for me, that has to be number 1 priority. Get the transfer targets done on time, get it swiftly. If Erik ten Hag wants his target, deliver him the targets. Number 2, we are back from rustiness, to be honest. You know, there was another game which was we are through in the EFL Cup. We are through to the quarterfinals after knocking out Burnley with 2-0. A little bit worried, to be honest, like, you know, because we haven't kicked the ball for like 4 or 5 weeks. It was good feeling to see the team coming back after the World Cup. The World Cup hangover does exist even for me, but I'm so excited that football is back on, you know, my agenda as well in terms of Premier League. In general, the whole squad rotation was key for me. It was good to see the fringe players getting game time. You can clearly also see that the ones that was participating in the World Cup had the sharpness, and the ones that stayed behind and trained lacked a little bit of rustiness. But it ain't matter for me because we are through to the quarterfinal, and we are talking about Rashford. I don't know what he's done, but Rashford is on crack. Okay, that leads me straight directly into number 3, and that is clear and obviously Marcus Rashford. As mentioned, Marcus Rashford is on steroids 2.0. He's on crack. He's on fire. It's a puta crack, what they're saying in South America. But listen, you know, shame on you, Southgate, for not utilizing Rashford, because he has shown to you that he is dangerous. He's happy, he's playing with a smile, and if you look what he's done in the World Cup, he scored, I think it was 2 or 3 goals, but coming back to the Premier League, to his dear beloved Reds, showing a display of power, the Marcus Rashford power on the wing, to score against Burnley, and coming in yesterday's game against Forest, he scores of beauty, like, you know, that corner was a mint corner from Eriksson. This woof, coming from behind, running from behind, just whooshing in, is beautiful in the net behind the goalie. And also he assisted Martial. So in general, Marcus Rashford is on crack, and boy do we need a striker that is on form. I think this is the point that it is my favorite to talk about. Number 4, it is 3 points, baby. 3 points. You know, for me, 3 points. Yesterday's point was massive points, considering that it was the kick of, you know, the first ball of the Premier League coming back after the World Cup. It's a vital points to pick up from, you know, from where we left with that Centre-Lente win against Fulham, wasn't it? But also looking at that, Tottenham Spurs lost points. I'm a big advocate to say that you know, forget about last year's point. I mean, last season's points tally, all that form, all that Arsenal form, and everything goes out the window. Whoever finds that consistent run of forms and wins from now on to the end of May will freaking win the league. That's what I'm saying. So, in general, for me, 3 points is amazing to have. It instills a lot of confidence in the team moving forward. So, really, really excited about that one. And that leaves me straight directly to point number 5, which for me is the in-game management, right? So, you know, I'm excited to see, you know, since we came back this week to play football, we haven't seen United pretty much play for about 4 or 5 weeks. So for me, it was exciting to see what Erik ten Hag has been working on during this period of time. And one thing that is clear and obvious to me in these 2 games, what I've seen from my eyes, but you know, that's just my opinion. Let me know in description below what your opinion is. It's the in-game management from Ten Hag. You can clearly see that he's working on a system where he's thought about the season ahead, because it's going to be very brutal with a lot of games coming thick and fast. We're going to play midweek, we're going to play cup games, we're going to play league games, we're going to play Europa League. That he's thought about how he's going to utilize his squad. Everyone knows the positions. So for me, to see the squad rotation was key, and the in-game management in yesterday's game. I was thrilled to see that Donny van de Beek got his game time. I was thrilled to see that whoever came on the pitch did superbly well, and Fred coming in as a bench warmer and scored that beautiful 3-0 goal that made a difference in my opinion. You can clearly see where we are heading at, and you know, considering that, you know, squad rotation is key and that everyone is on par, makes me feel confident that we are going to do quite well. But let me know your thoughts. And that leads me to point number 6, the defense, with a worrying sign that, you know, we had Harry Maguire sick, you know, Victor Lindelof sick, Licious being out from a World Cup hangover. I was a little bit worried to say, what are we going to do? Are we going to play Casillero again as a centre back? But when the lineup came out, and then we actually saw Luke Shaw playing centre back next to Malacia, the pit bull on a bone, next to Royce Varane, and also given Aaron Wan-Bissaka his second appearance in a very, very long time, his full 90 minutes. I must say that was a fantastic display of defense. Why is it so? Because, you know, stats came out from a certain person called Statman Game that Luke Shaw had thousands of touches and actually played quite well. In matter of fact, Luke Shaw hasn't played centre back since that COVID season with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in an emptied stadium. And playing next to Malacia, that was a great compliment. But having just Royce Varane in as a sort of the general, the marshal in the back, gave me a sense of confidence. Very thrilled also to see Wan-Bissaka getting game time, and it's my belief, and I raise my hand up to say that it's not a bad shout to keep Wan-Bissaka as a backup right back when Dalot is injured or needs a rest time. You know, I think that Wan-Bissaka has it in him. Maybe he's not good at going forward, but this is something that's going to be worked on under Erik ten Hag. So why go out in the transfer market when we have Aaron Wan-Bissaka and can also recall back Ethan Laird from Queen Park Rangers? So guys, let me know. This is my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Alrighty then, let's talk about point number 7, the midfield, and boy, Casemiro. I call him Clasimiro. Forget about, you know, your Casimiros. It's now Casemiro. The midfield for me is starting to shaping really, really nice. I mean, we are starting to finally replace that, you know, Carrick with a worthy person to call CDM, the registrar, the general, the marshal that controls the tempo in the back. Together with Eriksen and Bruno, they were controlling the tempo. You can clearly saw that in yesterday's game. It was cool, composed. They're dictating the tempo. They're calling the shots, when to push the ball forward, finding the ball spaces. But Eriksen also, what we would do without Eriksen. Eriksen's taking all the set pieces. I don't know what to say, but those guys, they are just totally transformed our midfield. Considering that last season we had that big Ole Gunnar Solskjaer donut hole in the middle, so McFred is dead for me. You know, where's nowhere to be seen. We have a freaking good midfield, to be honest. And in addition to that, in the transfer market, if we add on a type of a Frankie de Jong to it or an Enzo Fernandez, it's going to be even more potent and lethal. But if not, we still have the youth, the academy, the Iqbals, the Savages and all that to come in and be bled into the team. I'm not worried about that. I mean, the midfield is back and solid for now. And this is something that we missed for years. What do you think, people? Point number 8 for me, and even my wife in the background kind of agrees. She's waving. She said the attack is back. The duo of Rashford and Martial. Yeah, we missed them a lot, but you know, we've seen the attacking formation, the fluidity. You clearly can see what Erik ten Hag wants to do. Even if he doesn't get his number 9 in the transfer market, he clearly has options. Barring that Sancho has some mental health issues, been taken off the fire line, we can see that Garnacho, put some nacho on my garnacho, garnish on my nacho, is getting bled into the team, and he is lethal. People are having great respect because he's running at the people. He does not care, right? We've seen that Anthony is suffering a little bit about the World Cup hangover, but you know, there's a player that we bought for 100 million. He's better stop doing his like show trick ponies, flicks and stuff like that, but I think he wants to impress. There is a player in there, we've seen it, and boy, he's going to come back and do some madness. But the rotation between Rashford and Martial is back. You know, you don't understand how important Martial is for the team with his, you know, back against the goal and with his link-up play. We missed Martial, and welcome back Tony, and welcome back the interchange between Rashford and Martial. Now, so what I'm seeing is, you know, in the past games is to see that he might start with Rashford on the left, Martial in the middle, and Anthony on the right. But his substitutions is spot on. So he will take out either, like, you know, Anthony, put in Garnacho, you know, even if he's taking out, you know, Martial out, he will put Rashford as a central striker. So what I'm trying to say, people, is what we're seeing is a fluid front line that is kind of interchangeable with each other. So I'm not worried about that. Even if we don't get a sort of target number 9 in January, I think that Erik ten Hag will play this way until the summer. Well, he will go for the number 1 striker of his choice. And then point number 9 for me is the man of the match. If we look at the man of the match yesterday, I would like to pick Rashford. I would like to pick Casillero. I would like to pick Eriksen. Hell, I would like to pick everyone. So therefore, my man of the match is the team performance. Why is that so? Well, this is my humble opinion. We're seeing how the team is actually fighting for each other in every ball, in every position, front, midfield, in the back. It is a fluidity, you know. It's how we're defending as a team. It's how we protecting the ball and controlling the ball in the midfield, and it's now shaping in how we attack as a team. So for me, to be fair, to say the man of the match is the whole team. Let me know what your thoughts are. But if my heart says who the man of the match is, of course it's got to be the Rashford. Alrighty then, we are coming down to the 10th point, and there's a final hour. The 10 point has to go to Erik ten Hag, man. Seriously, I love this man. I love what he's trying to do. You know, back to support the man. I mean, clearly what he's gone over this in his first season. If we rate Ten Hag, I will give him a 8 out of 10. How he managed the transformation of the squad, to instill his mentality to them, how he got them to work, to do push-ups and trainings and stuff like that, to be instilled that discipline, the hair dryer treatment, sorry for that. We see that there is a mini Sir Alex Ferguson that instilled respect with his players. He clearly plays players who is on form, not based on favoritism, and now we're seeing how he wants to rotate and play his whole team. Clearly we have to back this manager. Clearly he has to get his targets. He is about 1 or 2 transfer windows away to get his shape of his canvas when he started to paint with paint. So I'm always saying that Eric was given a blank piece of canvas. He assessed the whole squad with the buckets of paints. Everyone was in that paint buckets. He slapped them on the canvas, saw what was gelling, what was not working, took it off, raised it out, started fresh and mixed it all. And boy, I'm trying to say that we are starting to see a masterpiece shaping. We are starting to see a Picasso, if you know what I mean. But I love this man, and I will back this man to the end of I don't know, I'm ranting, I'm super gassed. But anyway, people, let me know what you think in this description below. We are heading into a very, very busy fixtures of games. I am excited, I am gassed, and this 10 things about Ten Hag is gassed by Mick Ruby. Guys, like and subscribe, let me know what you think. Please share this video, it really helps. But for now, see you till next time, and see you in the next game. Bye for now. Oi oi oi, thank you for watching Mufc Realist TV and this episode. Listen, if you really like what you're seeing, please continue watching other content that we provide, because it's unique content providing by a fan for the fan, allowing you to be real red for real with real opinions, because at the end of the day we are Mufc Realist TV. Even better, if you want to join our community, make us better, play for the team, hit that join button. Together we will grow and make it better. Thank you for watching, and by the way, support the team for God's sake, because that's what we do here. Cheers!